Okay, boys and girls, I've got my writing here that we're going to keep writing and show a little bit to you. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story. Have a look at my planning. I've started some pictures with some labels, and it's about a magic feather, and that's in my picture. And she found the magic feather at a beach. And the next morning, when she wakes up, the magic feather knows what she's dreaming about. She dreamt about her being a princess, and in the morning there was a glass slipper waiting for her. So, this magical feather makes all her dreams come true. So, I'm going to start reading what I've written so far. So, the magic feather. Once there was a girl called Jane. She was very stubborn and never listened to anyone. One day she walked away from her family. When they went to the beach, she found a glittery feather. Its colours were so bright she had to put it in a box next to her bed. We're going to start with the next part, the next morning. I'm starting to use language to tell you about the time that things happen. That happened once in the day, and then this happened the next morning, so that time language. So I'm going to write, the next morning she found a shiny glass slipper on her bedside table. So I've rehearsed it and now I'm going to write it. The next morning, I'm going to write Jane found. I know I need a capital letter for Jane. The next morning, Jane found. Oh, I know the word round. It has the ow sound in it. So I'm going to slide through the sounds here. Ow. The next morning, Jane found a shiny glass slipper next to her bedside table. Or on her bedside table. The next morning, Jane found a shiny, I can hear the sh sound. Shiny with the Y. Shiny glass slipper. I can hear the sl, S-L. Shiny glass slipper. Slipper. Oh, I can hear the at the end there. A shiny glass slipper on her bedside. So that's like a compound word. Bedside. Two words in one. Bed, side, bedside, table. The next morning, Jane found a shiny glass slipper on her bedside table. That's what she dreamt about. She dreamt about being a princess. But she wasn't sure where it came from. So she was speaking to herself and she wanted to say, where did that come from? So my character's speaking now. So I'm going to use some quotation marks to show you that my character is speaking. So she's going to start speaking now. Where did that come from? Capital letter. Where did that slipper, I know the word come from, okay. Oh, I need some punctuation here. So I'm going to say it again. Where did that slipper come from? Oh, that sounds like a question. So I need to put a question mark on the end, and I need to put my quotation marks to show that the person has stopped talking. So where did that come from? She said. She said. So she's still confused. And then she starts to remember that, oh, hang on, I remember that I dreamt about being a princess and wearing a glass slipper. So she's going to start talking again and she's going to tell us what she remembered in her dream. So I've got some more quotation marks because she's speaking again and she's going to say, hang on, that looks like the princess shoe in my dreams. Okay, so capital letter. Hang on. That looks like. That looks like the princess shoe. Prr, I can hear a prr sound in princess. Princess. Princess shoe. Oh, there's that sh sound again. Princess shoe from my dream. I'm going to put my full stop as my punctuation. And I'm going to finish it with quotation marks to say that she has stopped talking. So my character's been doing lots of talking. I'm going to finish it with suddenly. But I'm not going to finish that here today. I'm just going to write suddenly. That's for you to think about what might happen next. But I'm going to go back and do my rereading of this paragraph that I just wrote now. So let's go back and check if it makes sense. The next morning, Jane found a shiny glass slipper on her bedside table. Where did that slipper come from? She said. Hang on, that looks like the princess shoe from my dream. Suddenly. If you're writing about a magical feather today, you might be thinking about what your magic feather does. You might have a character that's speaking in your story and you might use some quotation marks. Your character might be asking some questions. All right, I can't wait to hear all about your magic feather.